How's it going, everyone? I hope all is well tonight. I get it, folks. I get it. Naomi has, you know, has a she has cake in the oven. She has announced her pregnancy. She is relinquishing her title, and now you're confused, right? You know what's going on. You need somebody like me to break it down for you, explain to you what's actually going on here. All right, and I'm about to do that right now. Because I'm always right. Kidding. What's up, folks? What's up, Brianna? What's up, Jerry? What's up, Russell Kid? Hope all is well. So, last night, Monday Night Raw, it was revealed. The news was dropped. Naomi walked to the ring. Looked very good, by the way. She looked very good. Announced to the world that she was pregnant. Had a little video package or a little video clip of her with Stephanie McMahon and Big Jim. And that was all nice and wholesome. Turned heel again, went into character, gave Adam Pearce the business, all great. Put down the title, her custom title, put it down, and basically said, deuces, I'll see you guys in about 9 months and change. Will we see her in 9 months and change? I don't know. Things can be really difficult sometimes. It'd be interesting to know how it all works out. Hopefully we see her in about 2 years, or a year and a half. But truth of the matter is, we may never see her because you never know what's going to happen with pregnancies. There's complications, things happen, you get a child, you may move on in life. We don't know, okay? But hopefully we see her again. She's been great. Her heel run was awesome. And we wish her the best. But now with her stepping aside, there leaves a vacancy when it comes to the world title and when it comes to the women's division because she was a top heel on Raw. And that led people to speculate or to at least guess and ask the question, what's going to happen next? Who should be champion? Yada, 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 okay? We'll be diving into that now. I made a tweet earlier about Stephanie Vaquer, which went viral, or not viral, but it went nuclear on Twitter, and we'll talk about that, the reaction to that, and why everybody seemed to be, why everybody has an opinion on whether Stephanie should be champion or not. It's very interesting. Talking about that as well. Also be talking about what else? What else we got here? What else happened? Let's see. Talk about EO in her segment with Kyrie Sane and Asuka and Rhea Ripley. Talking about plans for Dom and Vikingo. We'll talk about Penta plans, what's happening there, because right now they're not doing much of anything. We're going to talk about why Natty was not Natty. For some reason, she was Natalia last night instead of Natty, which is kind of weird considering she was Natty at the freaking show. What happened on Saturday? What was it? Triple A? What's happening there? Why are they waiting to pull the trigger on Natty? New character? And all that good stuff. And I answer questions, all that stuff. This will be fun. Okay. Now, comes to the women's world title. First of all, do me a favor, hit like, subscribe if you're not subscribed. Bianca ain't even here, little bro. Raquel, the only logical choice. You're right. No, did you put the belt on? Did you put the belt on Ronda? Call up Ronda, bring Ronda Rousey back, and let her settle things. Okay, she's the real champion here, right? She's the real worker here. Have Ronda show up. Maybe bring Shayna Baszler back. Bring back whoever else her name is. I don't know who the other chick is who's in Ronda Rousey stable. Bring the Four Horsemen back, Ronda's Four Horsemen, and let them run the damn division. Or Mandy Rose. Maybe call up Randy Mose. That's it, Randy Mose. Call up Randy Mose. Again, call up Mandy Rose and give her the keys. I keep wanting to say Randy. What's going on with Randy and Mandy? I don't know what's going on there. Randy Rose. This shit say Raquel, bro. What says Raquel? What you talking about? What are you talking about? Anyway. Okay. The chat. Okay, you good. I was confused for a second. All right, so here's the plan when it comes to the world title. If I had the pin, I would not put the belt on anybody anytime soon. Okay, if I was running things, if I was in charge of creative, if I was Triple H, if I was Road Dogg on SmackDown, whatever. Talk about that later. The state of SmackDown was kind of bad. If I was running the show, I would not put the belt on anyone. the belt has been kind of what I want to say, hot potato. Not really a hot potato, but it's gotten around. It's been a messy belt because it's on everybody. It's going around, right? They're passing around like a joint, like a fat joint. Liv Morgan had it at the beginning of the year. Then it went to Rhea Ripley. Then it went to Io. Then it went to Naomi by cash in, and now it's going somewhere else. It's a lot of damn title changes in 1 year. Now it's not all planned, like shit happens. This is how it works. But it's been a lot of shifting, a lot of pivots. A lot of pivots. So instead of putting the belt on somebody right away, how about we pull it back? Pull it back. Okay, just calm down. Take a chill pill, okay? Don't put it on anybody. And let the story be about chasing the belt. Be like Game of Thrones, okay? The throne is the title. You have Asuka, you got Bayley, you got Rhea Ripley, you got Io, you got Stephanie, all chasing the belt. So the next storyline could be, okay, who's gonna be champion? Okay, all these people want to be the champion. Okay, they're all chasing the belt. Cool. You can build an entire storyline around that, and then crown a champion in like 2 months. A crown jewel, whatever. You don't have to pull the trigger so far. You can or pull the trigger so quick. You can actually take your time, tell a good story with everybody chasing, because we know Triple H likes to chase. He loves chasing. He doesn't like booking the champion to do shit. He likes to chase. Well, okay, have the belt be the MacGuffin like it always is. It's always the MacGuffin. And you have these characters all maneuvering to chase the belt over time. So instead of crowning somebody in 2 weeks, crown them like 6, 7, 8 weeks and have the story be about that. That could be good. That's what I would do. It's not that going to happen? No, because we must have a champion. We must have a champion, right? So, but you could have a storyline where someone would say, hey, what about Stephanie? She's owed a title shot. She's owed a title match. Well, you screw her. Hey, Stephanie, we know you had a title shot at Clash. We changed our minds. Unfortunately, Naomi got pregnant. Someone said she got injured. She got pregnant, so we can't do that match. And maybe that can piss her off. And then you get a character moment from Stephanie. I was owed a championship match. Why am I getting screwed? That could be a character direction for Stephanie. Something can come from that. Okay? You don't have to crown somebody right away. You can build to something down the line. You can tell an actual storyline. That could be good. They're not going to do that. Okay? So somebody's going to be champion probably within the next 3 weeks. Probably at Paris. Okay? So, if that's the case, the question is, which will be less annoying? Which would be less frustrating? Which would cause me not to want to cancel Peacock and cancel Netflix and stop watching the WWE? What can be done? I don't know. We'll talk about Stephanie in a second because that's what the most of the talk is about right now with Stephanie. Let's start with our options. Okay, let's see. Who should be champion now that Naomi has stepped down from her spot? Let's start with let's see. Let's start with let's go with this person here. Asuka, the Empress of Tomorrow. She should be champion. Why not? Well, I'll give you a couple of reasons. And this is the least likely option. I'm just throwing it out there for funsies. This ain't happening. One, because Asuka's kind of wrapped up with Io. Then again, you could argue, throw it all out. Throw out the whole entire thing, right? They're not really doing that anymore. You could argue that. You can say, okay, you have a pivot. The entire division has to pivot. And we're not really worried about Asuka and Io anymore. She could chase the title. Unfortunately, well, not unfortunately, but fortunately, the ton storyline, there's an actual story between her and Io going somewhere, and they pivoted to that knowing that Naomi is pregnant, right? They pivoted last week. So the plan is for Asuka to be wrapped up with Io and Rhea Ripley anyway. I don't see it happening. It's very, very slim. I know some of the Asuka stands want this to happen. Are you sure you want it to happen, though? Are you sure you want her to be champion? Then again, We see what happens with champions sometimes. They be backstage doing nothing, but she'll be a heel champion, so that'll make her more likely to do stuff with creative. I'm not sure, especially when it comes to these people who are from foreign lands in America, okay? When it comes to these talents like Asuka or Julia or Stephanie, I'm not convinced that creative wants to invest in them as champions from a promo standpoint or from a storytelling standpoint. They can have them have the belt all day. Like Io can have the belt all day, walking around backstage. Asuka too, maybe Stephanie. But are they really invested in telling a storyline with the talent where when English is not their first language? I'm not sure. They should be, but I'm not sure they are. Anyway, I doubt Asuka will be the person that's picked. I'm sure she'll probably stay with Kyrie and in the Io Rhea Ripley storyline. Yada yada yada. So I'll say no. Moving on. How about Roxan Perez? Roxy, why can't she be champion? She's talented in the ring. She's in the Judgment Day. She just beat Io. Let's see. The easiest path to Roxanne being champion, she just beat Io by hook or crook. She could argue, hey, if Io is going to face Stephanie, why can't I be in the match? Because I beat Io. I pinned her. That makes it a triple threat. In Paris, you do Roxanne, Io versus, I almost said Naomi. Roxanne, Io versus Stephanie. Triple threat. Roxanne cheats. Judgment Day cheats. And Roxanne wins. Then you have Roxanne as champion for God knows how many months. And then you may have a storyline where Liv Morgan returns and you have Liv Morgan against Roxanne Perez. Now that sounds all fine and dandy. There's question marks about that. Are you going to crown a young superstar like Roxanne the same way you did Tiffany? You have another youngster with the championship belt? Are you going to have Roxanne champion with Rhea Ripley and Io doing what? Feuding with Asuka and Kyrie? Maybe. Can you have Roxanne be champion for that long? For 4 or 5 months until Liv Morgan gets back? You could. Is that the proper direction? I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. I can see it. It's possible. But it's more likely than Asuka. It's more likely than Asuka. That's what I'll say about Roxanne Perez. They are not doing Roxanne versus Liv for the world title on the road to WrestleMania 6. I don't think you're wrong. I would be surprised if that was the direction. When you have someone like Rhea Ripley, this is my brutality herself, Io Sky, Stephanie Vaquer, Becky, to tell me that the road to WrestleMania is Liv Morgan coming back, winning the Rumble, and challenging Roxanne, I don't buy it. Now, could Roxanne be a transitional champion until Perth? Because as you all know, Rhea Ripley's birthday, the same day as Crown Jewel in Perth. So something's going to happen with Rhea Ripley there. Something's going to happen. What is it? I don't know. But I'll be surprised if Roxanne will be champion for that long. But she could serve as a transitional champion. She could. Do I love that? No. I would prefer them having an actual storyline with the women chasing the title. But that's not going to happen. They're going to crown somebody here soon. But that's the argument for Roxanne, I guess. Asuka's storyline is compelling, you say. It's compelling with Io, sure, and Rhea Ripley. Does it make sense for her to be champion while they're telling the storyline? I don't think so. I think the Asuka stuff with Kyrie and Io and Rhea Ripley, that feels like it's away from the title. That's definitely the original plan, right? It's going to be Naomi against Stephanie with Roxanne in the Judgment Day against Io, it appears to be, with Rhea Ripley, and then Asuka will come around. I don't know. That's Roxanne Perez. How about Stephanie Vaquer? Okay, here we go. So earlier today, I made a tweet about Stephanie Vaquer, which is still being quoted and responded to as we speak. I said the following. Said, love Stephanie Vaquer, but she won a battle royal where most of the top stars were not participating. We all know she was going to lose to Naomi in Paris. That's obvious. If you think otherwise, God help you. Putting the world title on her now would be a creative mistake. Has she even had a story on the main roster yet? I don't think she has. She's going to be a world champion one day, of course, but not right now. They have to build to it. Then I added, if babyface Stephanie wins the title, she'll be walking around backstage doing nothing. I'm pretty sure you guys would all agree with me at this point. I would hope so. We know this. Becky's working with Nikki, Rhea Ripley with Io, Bayley's doing her thing with Lyra maybe, so on and so forth. We know what's going to happen. We know what time it is. She's champion. She'll be walking around backstage with a belt, not really doing anything, having 30-second segments, probably. It's not how it should be, but that's how it's going to go down. Because at this point, we should all know Triple H's style of booking. So don't be surprised. Okay. So, we confirmed. We know what's going to happen with Stephanie if she's champion. Okay. Can Stephanie be world champion? Of course she can. I don't think it's the right time for obvious reasons. She's a babyface. Triple H likes to book the chase. So when Stephanie becomes champion, or if that's a plan, she should have an actual chase that's good. Because once she gets the belt, it's a wrap for her, potentially. Not always, but potentially. It can be a wrap for her. So I want Stephanie to have the best chase possible. Could that probably be the best of it? That'd be her best story she gets. Because it's not like guaranteed that our title reign will be good, right? Because of how Triple H books. So why would you rush it now? Let's say at Clash in Paris, you put the belt on Stephanie Vaquer in Clash, and then what happens? Walked around backstage doing nothing. Io's in a storyline. Rhea's in a storyline with Io. Becky's working with Nikki, Bella, and all of them, right? Then what does she do? Nothing until Perth, and then she dropped the belt to Rhea Ripley or something like that? I don't love it for her first reign. When Stephanie Vaquer becomes champion, I want a good build and a good chase storyline for her. And this ain't it. She should not win the belt for the first time by this manner, by this way. I just don't love it for her. I would prefer a better storyline. Am I wrong? Because according to a lot of people in these damn quotes, actually, I won't say that. Most people agree with me, by the way. Most people agreed with this. Except for this guy. Y'all so dumb. This is easy. The only reason to put the title on her, only reason not to put the title on her is if you don't really value her as much as you do Rhea Ripley and Io. I disagree wholeheartedly. I just made the point as to why I wouldn't do that. Because you want her title win to have impact and to be actually good. Because we don't know how her reign will go. Especially because she's a face. When she's a face champion, you walk around backstage doing nothing. If she was a heel, I feel better about it. Because typically they have more to do as champions. Whereas babyface champions are very reactive. They're not proactive. Most people agreed. Bingo, Stephanie's inevitable, yada yada. Y'all cooking. Yeah, most people agree with me. So, where the chat at? Am I wrong? Bayley is washed. Bayley is a heel. No, she ain't. She is. Stephanie's English and promo need work. Needs a storyline. I don't know how you become a champion on the main roster without a story. Even Tiffany had one, right? Tiffany came on, won Money in the Bank, had a storyline with Nia Jax. She was Nia Jax's right-hand lady. She was getting shitted on. She was being disrespected, yada, yada. She wanted to prove herself to Nia Jax. She betrayed Nia Jax. That's the storyline she had. Stephanie would just be champion with no storyline. Just, okay, I'm going to go to Clash in Paris and beat Io, and now I'm champion. I don't love it. Okay, so that's Stephanie, okay? Am I wrong? You tell me. The best storylines would be put the belt on Raquel or Roxanne. Everything else is ass. My point is, I could see it being a WrestleMania match. What? What could be a WrestleMania match? You ain't wrong for once. I'm never wrong, my guy. Okay, let's talk about another person here. Bailey. Roxanne versus Liv. I gotcha. I don't see that for Mania. I don't. To be honest with you, I just don't buy that. I think that'll be a big storyline when she comes back, but I don't think it'll be a world title picture. I don't think so. Okay, Bailey. Bailey, Hugger Bailey, Heel Bailey, whichever one it is. So Bailey's getting an actual storyline here, an actual character moment, an actual like story here with her shit. She's having some voices in her head, maybe even some split personalities that you have to deal with. We're at the beginning stage of it. Got the Heel Bailey in her head this past Raw. I think next week we're gonna get Hugger Bailey, because remember the last segment or last vignette ended with her hearing the heel laughter, right? The heel cackle. This time on Raw we heard the how about a hug? So I'm thinking we're gonna get another vignette with Hugger Bailey talking to her. So almost like the devil and the angel on the shoulder, right? This week it was Heel Bailey. Next week will be Hugger Bailey talking to her, and we'll maybe get some like a split personality thing going on. It could be cool if executed correctly. It could be cool. We'll see how it goes though. The question is, does it make sense to pull the trigger now with her? People say, oh, it's too early. The fact of the matter is, it'll feel too early for everybody. That's why it's a pivot. When you're pivoting, it's not going according to plan. Plans were screwed up. So it doesn't matter who it is, whether it's Stephanie, whether it's Bailey, whether it's Roxanne, it's going to feel rushed and quick, which is why I would postpone it. I would drag it out. I wouldn't crown somebody right away, but I don't think they're going to do that. I think they're going to crown somebody quick and in a hurry, so no matter who it is, it's going to feel quick. So, why not Bailey? She's a heel, maybe, potentially. They're doing something interesting here. It's compelling. It could be compelling. We don't know for sure. I think it will be compelling. So why not just crown Bailey as your new heel champion? Because it mostly be heel stuff, basically, right? No matter what it is, no matter if it's a split personality, she'll be having heel tendencies. So you can put the belt on Bailey and see how that goes. Former champion, so she can handle it. She has worked as what's the longest reigning SmackDown champion of all time as a heel. She can handle it. She's done it before. Why not Bailey? Honestly, I think of all the solutions, or all of the scenarios, I think this could be the best one because she's a veteran. It's an interesting angle with her character, and it could be good. So go from heel Naomi to heel Bailey, takes the belt, and we see how it goes. Again, if it were up to me, I would postpone it. No champion right away, but maybe it should be Bailey. Question is, how does she get in the match? Because right now, it seems Stephanie will get her title shot. So yeah, I don't know how you do that. Bailey is boring. Well, she has an interesting character arc now, right? They're doing something with her. It could be interesting. We don't know. We don't know yet to say it's bad, so we can't say whether it's boring or not yet, but I think it could be good. She's going through it on Twitter. I mean, look at this. Here's a header. This could be interesting. It could be compelling. Maybe she should be champion for a little bit. Who knows? Thank you, Big Jim. Ha 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 ha. Ding dong. Ha ha ha. This is the heel Bailey talking now. And we'll see what happens next week. Maybe it could work. So I think it'll be Bailey. Probably not. Honestly, if I had to guess, most likely it's probably Io, who I haven't talked about yet. I've not talked about Io yet. Let's go back to Io. Do I have Io here? Should. If I didn't, nope, I sure didn't. Oops. Okay, let's find Io. Oops. Where is the Genius of the Sky? I think Io is probably most likely, even though I don't think it's going to happen. That sounds weird. Most likely, but won't happen. That sounds weird. How do I express this properly? Right now, she's in a storyline with Asuka, Kyrie Sane, Rhea Ripley. If she's champion, does that story really change that much? Not really. You have Io being champion, feuding with Asuka and Roxanne, and Rhea Ripley helping her. Now, ultimately, Rhea Ripley wants the belt, right? So they won't be friends forever. We could do Io as champion in the storyline. Asuka chasing her, Roxanne chasing her, Rhea Ripley backing her up. But at the end of the day, Rhea Ripley saying, okay, Io, I've been helping you, but eventually I want that belt, right? And then Rhea Ripley can beat Io in Perth on her birthday in Australia. Actually, now that I say that, sounds kind of straightforward. Put the belt on Io. She feuds with Asuka. She feuds with whoever, Roxanne again, right? And then you do Roxanne, well, not Roxanne. Then you do Io, Rhea Ripley at Perth. Rhea Ripley finally beats her. A crazy pivot, right? Pivot to Naomi being champion. Then pivot to Io being champion to then finally pay off the win for Rhea Ripley in Perth. Actually, now that I say that out loud, sound like the most plausible. Let's say you have a match at a Clash in Paris where it's Io against Stephanie Vaquer, 1-on-1. Io should win. I think she should win that. If it's clean, I don't see why you would put Stephanie over Io at this point. Again, Io has had the story. She had the work this year. Stephanie has no storyline yet. She hasn't done anything on the main roster yet. And she's going to lose, by the way. We know that. Like, common sense. Naomi was going to beat her anyway. For me, when it comes to Stephanie, I feel like the perfect route for her to beat Becky. I think you do Stephanie versus Becky for the IC title down the line. Once Becky beats Nikki Bella, Stephanie comes to her rescue. I think that was the original plan here, by the way, folks. Could be wrong. I mean, I don't know. But I think that was going to be the original plan anyway. The original plan was going to be Stephanie helping the Bella, okay? The Bella. Because not both of them, not the Bella twins, just the Bella, right? The Bella twin. I think Stephanie was going to ultimately dethrone Becky Lynch. Makes sense. Once she lost to Naomi, then you have Becky as champion sitting there as a heel. What better person to put over Stephanie than Becky? Stephanie's over. Becky's a great heel. That would have been a great program. Talking about storylines, right? We talk about how Stephanie is in lack of storylines and lack of moments. Give her Becky's story. Becky would put her over. It'd be good. It'd be interesting. It'd be fun. It'd be the top storyline on the brand, probably. Stephanie versus Becky is money, especially with Stephanie overcoming her and taking the IC title off of her. Can be Lyra, because Lyra can't beat Becky Lynch anymore, right? Because Lyra, she is banned from facing Becky Lynch for the IC title. It would have been Stephanie, I think. Did they pivot from that and said, no, Stephanie, now that Naomi is out of here, you're going to be world champion? I don't really love that idea. I think they should go back to, well, assuming I'm right, they should do Stephanie against Becky Lynch for the IC title down the road. And then the world title should be probably put it back on Io. Put it back on Io. Like, I talked myself into it. Stephanie versus Becky Lynch for the IC title. That's the storyline for that. Big program for Stephanie. Big program. Defeating one of the 4 horsewomen. That's big for her, right? Put the belt back on Io. Io has the Asuka feud. Roxanne, right? Then with Rhea Ripley helping her along the way, then you do Io versus Rhea Ripley in Perth. Io becomes, she loses, right? Rhea Ripley wins in Perth. Yeah. Sounds good, right? Steph can't cut a promo for shit. But it sounds good. Io's title reign wasn't good. It wasn't. I'm still assuming Liv and Dom versus Finn and Roxanne. It's a Mania match. That sounds right. Stephanie versus Becky. Yep, that's my idea. Not gonna lie, there's 4 matches on the Paris card. I think Becky versus Nikki is gonna take that last spot. That's the right call, I think. Honestly, that's the right call. Don't rush the World Championship match. Don't rush that story. Pull back, think about it, let it simmer, let it marinate. Put Becky versus Nikki Bella on that card and wait. Don't crown Io or Stephanie or whoever at Clash in Paris. Take your time. Things have changed. I'm sorry, Stephanie. I know you wanted that title shot, but things have changed. We can't do that match right now because Naomi got pregnant. So we're going to take it off. So the character Stephanie could be upset and be pissed about it, right? That's fine. And she deserves a title shot. You can't not give her a title shot. That'd be stupid, right? So title shot has to happen eventually. Whatever, right? But I think you should just slow it down. Take your time. Let it marinate. And don't rush to crown somebody. Don't rush to crown someone. Again, put the Stephanie match on the back burner. The problem is you have to crown. They're going to crown somebody soon, though. That's a problem. They're going to crown somebody. So they're probably going to do a triple threat match, probably, or one-on-one Io versus Stephanie, probably. It'd be a good match. It'd be fine. I just don't think it's the best option. There's better ways to go. But that's just me. Maybe I'm wrong. Never wrong. Kidding. That the only option? Oh, what about this? Of course, you have to bring this up. And this is not going to happen, by the way. This is not going to happen. But what about, this is my brutality. Just get it over with. Put on Rhea Ripley. I think this is a very, like, slim chance of this happening. I don't see this happening at all. But we have to bring it up. It has to be an option. It's freaking Rhea Ripley. I don't think you have to worry about it. I don't see it happening. Before Perth, maybe at Perth, but not before Perth. I don't see that happening. Right now, Rhea Ripley is very much in the back in the EO storyline. So the pivot to a world title feels weird. Honestly, you could say Roxanne versus Stephanie could be a match for the title. That'd be so weird. But you could say that because Roxanne beat Io. Io's in a storyline right now with Asuka and Judgment Day. I don't know. It's interesting. I don't know what they're going to do. What's up, David? Crown Jewel title. I thought they reported that that's not going to happen. I could be wrong, but I thought they said that the whole Crown Jewel shit not happening. That Crown Jewel title is not going to be on the line. I'm not sure what they're doing. Are they doing champion versus champion for sure? I don't know. Maybe with all this nonsense happening with these injuries and these pregnancy, maybe they'd change their mind. Maybe they're going to change their mind on that. But yes, that's my thought process on it. I think, in conclusion, Stephanie versus Io versus Roxan Perez at Clash at the Castle. Clash in Paris, whatever. Io wins. Put it back on Io. Stephanie goes to her feud with Becky Lynch, which I think is the plan. Stephanie will dethrone Becky Lynch down the line in a month or in 2 months or whatever. Whatever happens, I don't know when it's going to happen, but Stephanie will dethrone Becky Lynch. Io's champion. She will have a feud with Asuka and with Roxanne, whatever, and then ultimately you do Io versus Rhea Ripley at Clash in Perth, not Clash in Paris, in Perth. Do that. That'll work fine, I guess. Again, the better option is to just wait. Don't crown a champion right away. Put Tiffany on the Paris card. Put Becky versus Nikki Bella on the damn Paris card and wait. But I don't think they're going to do that. So we'll see what happens on Raw. They're going to announce something, some type of tournament or some type of stipulation or whatever. I don't know what's happening. But I don't think they should rush it. They should just wait and see where it goes. Come up with a good idea instead of rushing it. But we know what time it is with WWE. No crown jewel title this year. Yep. Tiffany don't need to be on Paris card. She doesn't. But figure something out. Again, Becky and Nikki Bella's will work fine. Okay. What else happened on that Forsaken show? Let's see. Oh, speaking of Io Sky storyline, I don't trust Kyrie Sane. I believe they are really, really focusing on Kyrie Sane a lot, being all sad and depressed. I think it might be a pivot or a swerve. That's what I'll say. I think it might be a swerve. I'm not convinced that Kyrie Sane is being legit and genuine in her reactions here. And I think Kyrie Sane might be the first to snap on Io, for all we know. I'm not buying it one bit. I think Kyrie Sane is not to be trusted. Maybe I'm crazy, but I think they're kind of really like hemming it up here. They're really, really trying to draw attention to Kyrie Sane. And I think Kyrie might turn first on Io. A little bit too exaggerated. A little bit too much focus on Kyrie Sane being upset or being confused or being like, I'm so sad about this current situation. Asuka might be a red herring. Kyrie Sane might snap on Io first, I think. But maybe that's just me. That's just where my mind goes when I see stuff like that. I think Kyrie Sane might turn first. I don't trust her, folks. Don't trust Kyrie Sane. Kyrie Stane's going to attack me for what? For coming up with an interesting storyline for her? I know some Kyrie Stans are obsessed with her staying as a face, but they should be happy about whatever she gets. Okay, because right now she's a face backstage making sad faces, okay? She's sad all the time because of the beef between Asuka and Io and Rhea Ripley. So maybe she wants something interesting for her. So perhaps her snapping on Io or whatever could be compelling. We don't know. But I just feel like they're drawing too much attention for me. I'm not convinced about Kyrie Sane and how genuine she is. I'm not. So if she does turn, just remember, I called it first. In my headcanon, this wouldn't happen if Dakota Kai was still around. Solid headcanon. My brother loves Kyrie Sane. She has to be a face because she loves the fans, according to them. That's a dumb reason to keep somebody a face. You should do what's best for business, what's best for the storyline. Asuka is very much the antagonist here, right? And I just think it could be a swerve. I just think it could be a swerve. I'm not convinced that Kyrie Sane is genuine. That's my thought process on it. But I could be wrong. Let the stands be mad. Let the stands be upset. Okay. What else happened on this damn show? Talk about Bailey, right? Bailey and her character work. I think Bailey has a shot here to do something interesting. We all know that she's not loved her year, missing out on Mania, missing out on SummerSlam. Let it be for something. Let there be a payoff. Let Bailey have something interesting here. Hopefully it all works out for her because I don't know. I wonder about Bailey sometimes, how she's feeling about her run in WWE. If this works out well for her, maybe she won't be so sad. Because the last interview she did, I forgot who she did it with. She seemed very sad and upset with her current booking and her current run in WWE. I'm hoping they put some work in here. The vignettes look like they actually put some attention to detail. Actually cared about this vignette. It looks legit. It looks polished. It looks like a good vignette. So maybe this is going somewhere because it looks like they're actually putting some effort into it. Some effort is going into it. So we'll see how it goes. Talk about how bad Becky versus Natalya was. I wanted Natty. We got Natalya. The match was not good. It was very, very underwhelming and disappointing. What's the plan with Natalya? I thought the whole Maxine thing was going to bring out the new side of Natty. Like she watches Becky brutalize Maxine Dupree, and that brings out the new side of Natty. That did not happen. Natty was Natalya. She was very, very bland. Match was bland and boring. The crowd did not care at all. And why should they? Why should they care about that? They didn't care. The match came and went, and that was that. Very disappointing. Very disappointing. If this Bailey run flops, I think she might leave. I got chills when she said at the end, maybe it's a hug. That was good. Like I said, the vignettes had been good. We may be getting the Hugger Bailey vignette next week. Hopefully, let's see what happens there. I think we may be getting the Hugger Bailey next week. So we'll see how that goes. Ready. Once again, with this Stephanie Vaquer thing, I love Stephanie. She's great. Just don't think it's time. Just don't think it's time right now. It would be bad for her, I think. I think it'd be bad right now. Don't want your first title reign to be a pivot and have it be short and stupid and not interesting. She needs a legit chase. That's why I want her to have a Becky Lynch chase. That'd be very good for her. I think dethroning Becky Lynch for the IC title would be better for her than becoming a world champion within the next couple weeks. I'm convinced. Chasing Becky, beating Becky in a good storyline would be better for her than being world champion right now. I'm convinced of that. For sure. For sure. Okay, let's talk about Jey Uso. Let's talk about Jey Uso. Boy, I am sick and tired of Jey Uso. That promo last night was not good. Giving the mic to the kids, have them say yeet. It's all cringe. It's all just not the best stuff. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. Sorry to all the Jey stands out there. But I was watching the main event, hoping that Braun Breaker speared the hell out of him, speared him to next Tuesday. That way he could have an injury angle, not be actually injured, but have an injury angle that takes him off TV. I'm sick and tired of Jey Uso. It's bad at this point. His promo segments are getting worse. Like, now it's just a complete joke. Again, with all the kids around him, you say yeet, you say yeet. There's no substance in it. Just a bunch of like gasping for breath and saying yeet all the time. I don't care. I just don't care, man. I don't care. Again, I was hoping that Braun Breaker speared him into next Tuesday because I'm like, dude, enough. But Roman Reigns came down, saved him. So I guess he's completely he's free to continue to do his damn entrances and say yeet all the time. I just don't care. Give me someone else, anyone else at this point. Imagine Montez Ford. I tweeted this, I think last week, or was it yesterday? I don't remember. Imagine Montez Ford with a Jey Uso push. That'd be good. Montez is better in the ring, better on the mic, more charismatic. He would be so over with that push. Like, there's so many better options. I just don't understand it. Well, I understand it. Crowd loves him. He's a Fatu. He's in the family, so But Montez Ford with that push would be awesome. Like, he's just better than Jay in every way. Every way. We need a draft. Unfortunately, the draft ain't happening. My hope for the draft went out the door when we saw Sammy get transferred to freaking SmackDown out of nowhere, and LA Knight went to Raw without a draft. I'm like, okay, so there's no draft here. It's sad. It's sad. And we didn't see Lyra. We didn't see Lyra on Raw. Maybe she'll be on SmackDown later on. I don't know. Would you be surprised? Like, would you be surprised if Lyra just popped up out of nowhere? Excuse me. I feel like that's weird. Would you be surprised if Lyra just popped up? I wouldn't. I stopped praying for Montez single run because at this point it's not happening. It'll happen eventually, but here's the thing about Triple H. You must be in your 40s. Will not push you until your 40s for some reason. You can't have young talent in the main event scene. You can't have young talent doing their thing. It has to be an old guy. So when Montez hits 40 years old, then he'll get pushed as a singles competitor. Till he hits that age, he'll be in the tag division. That's how it works. You must be over the age of 40 to get a push. I just don't get it. Man. Why must you be old? Lyra is getting off my TV bad at this point. I don't get the hype on Twitter. Oh, so Lyra is get off my TV at this point. Why? I'm noticing something about Lyra. Folks don't like Lyra. What is going on? She looks great. Great in the ring. I think she's endearing on the mic. Is her mic skills amazing? No, but she sounds fine. What's the problem? What's not to like about Lyra Valkyria? She's catching strays. I just don't understand. I just don't understand why she's catching so many strays online. Like, I don't get it. What has she done? That'd be awesome in the ring. You guys shit on the wrong person, the wrong people. She's not the one to shit on. She's actually good. I don't understand, like, why is my timeline criticizing Lyra Vaquer? I don't get it. She's talented. She looks good. She's endearing. Like, what's the issue? What is the issue, Lyra Vaquer? I just don't understand. Like, make it make sense. But people want Cross, exactly. Her big blue shoes, her Becky stompers. Was that the best promo? No. But who cares? Like, he's owed one bad promo, okay? It wasn't the worst thing in the world. I just don't understand the hate. I just don't understand it. He is the ideal NXT call-up. Good. Everywhere. Well-rounded. Growing, improving. Wants to be better. Doesn't get any trouble. Not a problem. Works well with everybody. Has chemistry with a lot of people. Like, can have a banger with Io. Can have a banger with Becky Lynch and Bayley. What is the problem? I think Lyra, I agree with this person. Lyra hate is forced. Agreed. Lyra Vaquer hate is forced. Doesn't make any sense. Like, she's not the one. There's people to hate on, but she's not the one. She's not the one. I just don't understand it. So maybe it's just an internet thing. Maybe we shouldn't give it any air or any life. But I just want to call it out because I'm seeing it a little bit online. It doesn't make any sense. It just doesn't. Let's talk about Roxan Perez and her work with Raquel. Great job, great partnership. I like what they're doing. Raquel has stepped up. She looks good in the ring. She had a good match with EO. She held her own. I'm impressed with her progression. She got a lot of shit from people online for a while. Oh, she's about her back. She's a big back. All she does is talk about her back. No, she's a legitimate character now. She works well. She's strong, a physical talent that gives you another element in the division. I love what she's doing. Let's give Raquel her flowers. Her work with Roxanne's been great. She evolves, she adapts. She worked with Liv Morgan, great. She worked with Roxan Perez, great. She can maneuver around. She can work with anybody. She's a hell of a talent to be on the roster. And I think she needs to get her flowers. Stop bitching about her work. I think she's doing well. Liv was holding Raquel back. I don't think so. I just think Raquel had to find her way. I think she's finding her way. And that's it. I don't think Liv Morgan was holding her back. It's not a Liv thing. It's a her thing. She figured it out, though. Solo compared her to Trash Can. One time who? Lyra? You agree with this? Do you agree with this? There are long-term plans for Okay, I'm gonna try it again. There are long-term plans for in place. Okay, I'm not crazy. That's just weird spelling. Okay. For Rhea Ripley, EO, Asuka, Kyrie storyline. There are long-term plans in place for Roxanne, Raquel, Liv storyline. With that being said, Stephanie Vaquer winning the title seemed like the most plausible outcome. And then she feuds with who? And then she feuds with who? Again, the plan was for her to lose to Naomi. Spoiler alert, she's going to lose. So to go from that to being champion and doing what? And then doing what? Feuding with Alpha Academy? Feuding with Ivy Nile? That was the original feud, right? That they were supposed to do. They were supposed to do Ivy versus Stephanie. She gonna do that? I mean, I guess you could do Stephanie versus Judgment Day for a bit. Stephanie against Raquel and Roxanne. If EO and Rhea Ripley will be with Kyrie and Asuka, I guess it's possible. But I think it's weird. I think she needs an actual storyline first before becoming champion. I just think so. Okay, that's just me. Julian Weeks, he is a big time WWE supporter. He always sees the bright side of things. He always sees the bright side of a booking decision. Typically. And that's fine. Sometimes I agree with him, sometimes I don't. In this case, I don't. I think Stephanie being champ is too soon. How is this gonna go? How is this gonna go? Again, this is building towards the EO, Rhea, Roxanne, Raquel story, right? which is also tied to Asuka and Kyrie Sane. This feels so far away, right? From the world title. It feels so far away from the world title. Honestly, I'm saying it again. They should take their time. They should take their time with the world title. Don't crown anybody right away. Take your time, wait, and let it all marinate. Let it run a little bit, and then maybe make some kind of interesting storyline where you have a new champion within the next 2 months. Month and a half to 2 months, maybe. Don't crown somebody right away. Just wait. Let it marinate. Let's see what the talent, who's getting over, who's performing well. Take your time and then crown somebody in 2 months. Not right away. So you can do Stephanie versus Io in Paris. No contest. Something happens. Raquel gets involved. Roxanne gets involved. I don't know. But you don't have to crown somebody right away. They got Io, Rhea, Asuka, Kyrie in the tag team division stuff. That's true. I don't know who the hell they're going to put in the world title. Yeah, I don't know who they're going to put the world title on either. So earlier in the stream, I said I would do Stephanie versus Becky Lynch. Stephanie beats Becky for the IC title. And if you must put the belt on somebody, like you must do it, you must crown somebody, just put it back on Io. That way, Asuka chases Io. That puts Io on TV. Roxanne chases Io, puts her on TV. Rhea is her helper, her buddy. And then you do Rhea against Io at Perth. Do I love that? No, not really. But again, these are pivots. What does Bayley do? Well, assuming Lyra is still on the card, I guess, or on the show, because I would put Lyra on SmackDown maybe, but yeah, I don't know. I'm looking forward to see what they do. Because this would be very interesting. It could be a train wreck. No. More non-winners don't do the match if you can't. That's true. I agree with you there. That's true. I agree. Just don't do the match. Don't do it. Put Becky versus Nikki Bella on that show and don't do the world title match. I agree with you. No contest. You're right. I take it back. Okay. What else happened on that damn show? I complained about Jey Uso. I complained about Natty versus Becky Lynch, which was a disappointing match. Vikingo showed up. Good for him. Got better reaction than he does in Mexico. That's for damn sure. I think ultimately Dom Mysterio will defeat Vikingo. I think they should transition Vikingo to NXT. He'd be very over there, very popular there. That's what I would do. Imagine Devon Evans against Vikingo. Are you kidding me? The young OG against the Viking? That'd be great. That's what I would do there. Let's see. Sheamus against Rusev will be on the damn PLE. Good for them. Good for Sheamus. Good for Rusev. They've made it to PLE. It should be over after this. Want to do the good old Donnybrook match? I hate they have to say good old before you say the match every time. A good old Donnybrook match. Do that match, have it be over, and move on. But good for them. I would not. If you would have told me they'd be on a PLE, I'd say hell no. So Sheamus, Rusev is on PLE. Good for them. Lucky for them, they'll be in France and they react to anything. So that French crowd will be hot for that match. They're going to go crazy for it. So good for them. That'd be a good experience for them because those French fans go crazy. So good for them. Let's see. WrestlePalooza. Heard about that? Fun stuff there, huh? Rock versus John Cena. WrestlePalooza will be the name of the PLE. Everybody went crazy for a little bit. It's funny because right now WrestlePalooza is copyrighted. It is copyrighted, folks, by First Wrestling, right? Pretty sure that's who's copywriting it. Copywriting. Let's see. D. Here it is. WrestlePalooza. First Wrestling LLC. So how is that going to work? I don't know. We'll see. Copyrighted in 2016. That's funny. We'll see how that works. Now, they haven't announced it yet, so they could change their mind. They could change it, so it hasn't been announced. I would hope they'd know that it's copyrighted, but we'll see. It was an ACW thing, so I'm not sure how they didn't like check that or have that copyrighted already, but we'll see how that goes. And apparently, might be on ESPN. Boy, that'd be hilarious. ESPN WrestlePalooza up against All Out. Sorry, Tony Khan. I'm sorry, but all the buzz and attention and the news outlets, we talking about WrestlePalooza, not All Out. And that's a plan for you folks. That's a plan. There's no way you're going to put WrestlePalooza on linear cable. Okay, I'm not talking about ESPN Plus or some streaming service. Linear cable on the proper ESPN, like proper ESPN channel. There's no way they don't dominate the headlines. There's no way. I'm sure the con man is not thrilled about this at all. Assuming it's true. Assuming you're going to get WrestlePalooza on ESPN, Tony Khan will have a fit. An absolute fit, he would. Because, yeah, that's going to steal the headlines, I'm telling you. Again, for the umpteenth time, it's not about taking away viewers from AW. The diehard sickos will watch AW, that's fine. And they should watch AW. But if you're watching ESPN, because everybody has ESPN, right, really? Like, everybody has that, really? So, like, you don't have to pay for it. You don't even have to pay for Peacock. If it's on linear cable, turn on ESPN, you watch a PLE show with John Cena and Brock Lesnar. How are they not going to dominate the headlines? How can they not dominate the headlines? They're going to. And that is the objective. That is the plan for WWE. It's going to work. Such a ridiculous name. Say that to Paul Heyman's face. Say that to Paul Heyman's face. Good old WrestlePalooza. ECW. You broke, Pedro? I'm sorry to hear that. I'm looking forward to this. I'm just looking forward to the online reaction, how this is going to go. How it's going to pull it off. Will it be on ESPN or not? How'd that work with Peacock deal? I don't know. Apparently because it's a TV special, not actually a proper premium live event, so they can get away with it, I guess. I don't know. But I guess it's not an actual PLE per se. They can say, okay, you have your dates that's scheduled. This is a separate thing, a special event. That way we can put it on YouTube or we can put it on ESPN. For example, AAA show. It's on YouTube. I'm blanking on the name of the damn show. Worlds Collide. Worlds Collide is on YouTube, so they can put shows where they want. So they can put this show with John Cena and Brock Lesnar on ESPN, as long as Peacock is getting their shit right. They're gonna get Crown Jewel. They're gonna get Survivor Series. They're gonna get Royal Rumble whenever. Like, assuming it's still running, that deal. I think it ends in March, so yeah, they'll get that. But a special show, they come out of nowhere, that they make up out of nowhere, they can put it on anywhere. You put it on YouTube or put it on ESPN. That's the thing, Jared. College football is kind of crazy during that time period. So unless they're putting, apparently they're doing like Miami against Clemson or something like that. College football. September 20th. I think they're doing night show, or the night game is probably going to be that's not what I want to see. Why is this thing being dumb? Let's see. Make this black. Make this black. Thank you. Okay. Let's see. What will be the night game for ESPN? Pretty sure it's going to be Syracuse, Clemson. I wonder if that's a night game. One of these. Let's see. Either way, there's going to be some night game. So I'll be curious to see how they pull that off on ESPN, unless they put it on ABC. Wait, does ESPN have SEC? Yeah, I don't know. We Google night game. Yeah, I don't know. Curse you, Paul Levesque. They are not gonna waste 2 months on a chase a vacant title. They should. They should. I mean, waste. Call storytelling. ESPN has SEC and ACC. Okay, they have both of those. All right. I mean, they should absolutely do that. Not wasting 2 months. Not wasting anything. My friend. It's all storytelling. It's all in the execution. Okay. But that's just me. If you want to crown Stephanie and have her walk around backstage doing nothing, sure, fine. You do that. If you want to crown Io Sky, that'd be better probably. But I'm not convinced it makes any sense at this point, considering she's working with Rhea Ripley and Asuka and Kyrie Sane and Judgment Day. Yes, it'll be weird no matter what. No matter what happens, it's gonna be weird. It's gonna be weird. It's gonna be weird no matter. It's gonna be weird no matter what. So that's a reality situation. Whether it is Io or Stephanie, it's gonna be weird. No matter who you pick one. Doesn't matter. It's gonna be weird. Asuka, whether it's Roxanne, okay, whether it's bloody Stephanie, whether it's Bailey, it's gonna be weird. We all know they're gonna do two fatal four ways. I know, right? A de facto tournament, two fatal four ways. The winner getting into the final. If I'm Stephanie, I'd be upset. If I'm Stephanie, I'm upset. Why do I have to wrestle for it? Why do I have to wrestle for a shot at the title? I'm already guaranteed one. Unless the fatal four ways is to decide who will face Stephanie. That makes sense, I guess. Io will be in one match with Roxanne and maybe Ivy Nile and Natalia. Then Rhea Ripley be another one with some other folks. The winner of those two matches will face each other for the right to face Stephanie. Yeah, I don't know if I love that either. I don't know if I love that either. It's all fucked. All right, folks. I'm done talking. I'm looking at the chat now. 100%. What the hell? As a new AW mark, I gotta go engagement farming. Talk about WWE's rating. Go for it, Pedro. Have fun. Masha being the special guest referee on the NXT show tonight is interesting. Will anything happen? Oh yeah, that 6-woman tag, right? It's gonna be Fatal Influence against the Elegance brand. I like both of those factions. Masha will probably screw JC Jane in some way. Then again, she hates Ash by Elegance as well. She hates both those teams. I would have guessed that Ash by Elegance will get the win here. Elegance brands will reign supreme. That's a guess. I don't know. Do you believe the latest report about Liv Morgan's return? No. They said she'll be back at the beginning of 2026. Oh, okay. I said no because I'm assuming it was something weird. Beginning of 2026 will work. It depends on how fast her shoulder heals. You think she'll be back sooner? I have no idea. Haha, imagine EO in AW. Poor EO. EO is not going anywhere, folks. Okay, let it go. Becky versus Nikki being the mid-card title match with Stephanie and Roxanne being for the world title feels broken to me. You're not wrong. Well, only because of Becky Lynch, right? That's why it feels weird. Becky Lynch gets a lot of promo time, a lot of TV time, and she's a mid-card champion. So it feels weird sometimes when you look at it like that way. But I don't hate it. I don't mind it. I prefer Becky Lynch in the mid-card spot right now. Let her cook. Let her make that scene interesting. Benefit of having a Becky Lynch in there, get good promos and good storylines and attention in the mid-card. Because if it was someone else and not her, maybe walking around backstage doing nothing. This happens oftentimes. WWE's in debt. Explain that. Pedro, have you been hacked? I'm convinced you've been hacked. All this talk and nothing about SmackDown shit. SmackDown needs to be deleted. Well, SmackDown will be in Ireland, right? So maybe they'll spice things up. I'm just trolling. I know you are. SmackDown might smite things up. They might spice things up because they're in Europe. So maybe they may care this time. I don't know. But Triple H needs to do something. Road Dogg ain't cutting it. So we'll see. They finna do Nia Jax against Jade there. Is that official? I could see it. We're gonna get Tiffy against Nia Jax and Leon, I think. By the way, I think Tiffany will defend in Leon, and then she will come back to Chicago. And that's where Bianca returns. So you have a show in Leon on SmackDown. Then you have the PLE in Paris. Then you have another show in France for Raw. And the SmackDown's in Chicago. I think If you're talking about Bianca Belair's return, SmackDown in Chicago makes the most sense because Triple H likes to have a return after the PLE. Usually the show after the PLE is a big one. I think Bianca Belair might return in Chicago after Paris, but that's just me. I don't think they'll fly her out to Lyon for that show. So I think she probably shows up in Chicago for the first time. If she is actually healthy according to WrestleVotes, according to them, she's good. They're waiting for her to come back for creative reasons. Like, creative is waiting. So apparently she's ready to go, but creative is holding her back for the right time. Okay, well, if that's the case, you have the Chicago show or Lyon show. I think it'll probably be Chicago, or it should be Chicago, not Lyon. But who knows? Let me see if I can find that again. Where is it? Here it is. Here it is. Got Friday show in Lyon. I think Tiffany will retain there against Nia. Probably not Jade, but probably Nia. Have a Paris show, and then you go to Chicago. So if I'm booking it, Bianca Belair probably here, probably Chicago. Agreed? Creature Lives is advocating for Asuka as champion. He has been. He has been online doing that. I doubt it happens, but he can try. What the fuck happened to Brock? Brock is advertised for 2 SmackDowns. This one right here in France, and the one before. I'm sorry, that's wrong. That's wrong. He's advertised for 2 SmackDowns, the 19th and the one before that. So he'll be back for the show on ESPN, WrestlePalooza. So that's where he'll be. WrestlePalooza build. So the 2 SmackDowns he'll be there for. So the plan was show up at SummerSlam, make a fuss, and then return for WrestlePalooza, leading to the show that will compete with All Out. Counter program All Out. Do you think they are gonna tease something with Dom and Roxanne? No, I don't think so. Not like romance. No. I don't think so. That'd be too repetitive. Asuka be champion just to lose to EO, and Asuka stand treat her like Hitler. I'm good, bro. Don't do that. We say Asuka stands, you mean like Creature Lives? Dom and Roxanne is nothing but filler trash until Liv comes back. He hadn't even been reacting with or interacting with her at all that much yet. It's been Roxanne with Raquel. So Dom has been busy with the AAA stuff and Vikingo and El Grande Americano. They haven't been doing much of the Roxanne Dom stuff, so no need to worry. There'll be no romance between the two, I don't think. Will they tease something right before Liv Morgan comes back? Maybe, yeah, but it'd be kind of repetitive to do that, so I don't think it's gonna happen. Wasn't Bianca supposed to come back last week? They said she was ready to go. Right? They didn't say she was supposed to come back. She was supposed to be she's available now. Here it is right here. It says, why you lie? Why you lie? He said, no lies. She was due back from injury, can't control when creative chooses to utilize her. So according to WrestleVotes, she's ready to go, but they're waiting for the right time to bring her back. If that's true, the Chicago show makes a lot of sense. Assuming that is true, in Chicago makes a lot of sense. Big show, Allstate Arena. Tiffany retains in Lyon, in France. It makes a lot of sense, I think. Assuming it's true that she's ready to go. Will, read my comment. I've been reading all your comments, man. gets her back and gets her a win just so she can say she's going for the title again? Who? So who can say that? Surprise comeback team with Charlotte and Alexa. Is that the best way to utilize Bianca Belair? For her to be in a 6-woman tag feud with Chelsea, Alba, and Piper? Meanwhile, Tiffany is facing Nia Jax and Jade Cargill again. I say, or just a match. Honestly, if we're up to me, I'll put Bianca Belair on Raw. Put her on Raw. It won't happen because SmackDown is fucked. But if we're up to me, I put her on Raw because I can't take SmackDown. They're gonna make her save SmackDown. I don't love that. She shouldn't have to save SmackDown. She shouldn't. But that's what they're gonna do. They're gonna ask her to save SmackDown. They removed Naomi from the featured stars on Clash in Paris, but not Stephanie. Makes you wonder what they're gonna do. Those are not reliable, for the record. So, but oftentimes they're not reliable. Like I guarantee you, some of them still have Liv Morgan on the damn thing. Like no joke. They are not very. Sometimes they wait too long to update those stuff. So basically, I'm saying there's not an indicator of anything. No indicator at all. But trust me, I've seen that so many times. That's no indicator whatsoever. But I will say, her getting a match there makes sense because that's the plan. So why change that? Unless you have a good storyline to make it make sense. See, look at this. September 1st. Naomi right there. Still featured for September 1st. But I got the Clash, not September 1st. So yeah. What else? Road to Clash in Paris. Haha, still hasn't been updated. Okay. Put the women's title on Jay, that'll work. Hope Asuka wins the belt at Clash and loses next week to Raw. Next Raw to Io. Why? I want to see Creature Lives crash out. Creature Lives, but I'm on Asuka's side. Io be tripping. No Creature Lives, but you're on Asuka's side. I get you. Early Rumble picks. Sami Zayn. For sure. The Rumble is in Saudi. The women's is tougher. The women's is tougher for sure. I don't know. But men, Sami Zayn for sure. Asuka, Kyrie, Rhea Ripley, Io, Charlotte Flair, Alexa will be stuck in tag team hell. Tag team division ain't that bad right now, though. I don't think Future Lives has a point, but he'd be exaggerating. What's his point? What if Roxanne wins the world title and then Liv Morgan comes back? It'd be good for Liv Morgan fans and Liv Morgan's story for sure, but that'd be a surprise. That'd be a surprise to pull the trigger on Roxanne right now. That'd be a surprise. What is Rhea Ripley and Io doing for the Mania season? I don't know about that one. Asuka champ would be compelling. It would be. It would be. Problem is, creative doesn't like to book her. Well, she'd probably be better off than Io is because she's a heel, right? Sami Zayn is winning in Saudi, so just so you know. I personally think Asuka is the most well-rounded Joshi. Still great. Io versus Rhea Ripley non-title at Mania. Well, if anybody gets it, it'd be her, right? But honestly, I see Rhea beating Io before that. Maybe in Australia on her birthday in Perth. Not be surprised one bit. All right, guys, got about a few more minutes. Did I forget anything? I don't think so. Io's sister out of retirement? I didn't know that. Io Sky's sister has wrestled again? What's happening on NXT? Good question. I don't even know. I don't remember, at least. I know it's in Philly. We're in Philly. We're getting big match. Trick against Javon. Number one contenders match. That's huge. Oh, it is a big show. I almost forgot. Jordan, Blake, Trick, Javon. You got Canada versus Team USA. You got, talk about this one. Ash, Elegance, and the Elegance brand taking on Fatal Influence. This is a good show. Masha being the ref. This is a big show in Philly. Good show. Javon winning? I agree. Javon is winning. This is a good show. You've been wrestling in Seedling, Pro Wave, and other indies? That's cool. I love what Dana Brooke is doing with Ash by Elegance. I'm a big fan of what she's doing. She's funny, she's entertaining. And I'm gonna be rooting for Elegance brand tonight. I'm gonna be rooting for them tonight. She didn't give up. She has a passion for wrestling. Stuck to it. And now she's back on NXT TV as a champion, by the way, as a tag team champion. And she's cooking. She's thriving. Good for Ash. Good for Dana. Okay. Her OnlyFans is also doing well, I'm sure. I'm sure it is. Big fight feel. Oh, Ricky Saints too. Against Jasper Troy. That's a big match as well. Or a good one, at least. Potentially. A loaded show. It's a 2-hour show. The match is going to be short. Got some short matches coming up here. Yeah, Inumura against Josh Briggs. You got this match. This is a loaded show. The main event, sure, but probably your opener here. Probably your opener. The main event. And then probably like some 10-minute matches here. Wow. The women's war games. A good question. I'm done with war games. They should take what's her face from NXT. What's the name of the damn match? That Deadline. What's the special match they do at Deadline NXT? They should take that to the main roster. It's always fun. Street Fight will kick off NXT. Street Fight is Jasper Troy and Ricky Saints. Or is that Josh Briggs? Oh, okay, it is Josh Briggs. Okay. Yeah, Masha's referee. They announced it on Twitter via Masha's tweet, I believe, with Ava. That Iron shit, the Iron Survivor. Yes, the Iron Survivor is fun. They should take the Iron Survivor to Survivor Series and do that, and maybe another special match, like another like battle royal thing. I don't know. Just mix it up. I don't need to see a War Games every damn time. Give me Iron Survivor and something else. Great show tonight, folks. Because Masha asked, let me show you right now. Masha said, "Hey, can I be a ref?" She's like, "Cool, sure." Simple as that. As simple as that. Here it is. But hey, Ava, can I be a ref?
Masha, you said there was something you wanted to talk to us about?
Yeah, Masha, what's going on?
Listen, I know the triple threat match is on Sunday, but if you want a fair and decisive winner of the tag match in Philadelphia, I think you should make me the special guest ref.
You know what? I actually don't mind that. Santino, what do you think?
Masha, please tell me you're not up to something, that you're going to call it right down the middle, unbiased, with no shenanigans.
I promise.
All right, well, if you promise, then I will see you in Philly.
I'll see you in Philly.
No shenanigans. You trust, like, in all seriousness, like, in real life, say it's real life, like, you honestly think there'll be no shenanigans with Masha Slamovich in the ring with JC Jane, who she hates? It's pro wrestling. It's fun. It's all fun. But that's stupid, right? Like, it's fine because it's pro wrestling. It's all fun and games, right? But in reality, that's stupid. There's no way in hell. There's no way in hell you think Masha could be objective and not interfere in a weird way. We have Ash by Elegance, who she doesn't like, and JC Jane, who she doesn't like. There's gonna be fisticuffs. There's gonna be some bias in there. It's a dumb decision. Fun for us, but in reality, it's stupid, right? It's stupid. Ava is slow. No shenanigans. Before I get off of here, quick breakdown of what's happening this week. But look, the Canadians are rolling up together. It's been cool to see. It's been cool to see Chelsea Green with my man here. I like the storyline, utilizing the main roster talent to help Mr. Ego here. That's cool. That's been cool. Ego. Okay, what was I about to do before I leave here? Oh, by the way, Stardom hasn't bothered to tell AW who they're sending. Been hilarious. We still don't know who the hell is being sent to Forbidden Door to face Mercedes Moné. Still don't know. Still up in the air. Still up in the air. That's funny. I believe. Yeah, I don't know. Probably Momo, Hanako, or Konami. Somebody who's been there before. If Shuri's ready to go, If she recovered from her elbow, maybe they throw her in there. But yeah, it'll be wait, is Momo in the actual? Never mind, it won't be Momo. Won't be Momo. Momo's in the tournament, by the way. She's an attorney. She advanced. I don't think they're gonna have her go there yet. Because she's in the tournament, they might well send somebody else. I could be wrong about that. Maybe once the first round is over. Because right now, so here's the tournament here. Here's a bracket. Here's a bracket for Stardom. Momo's right here. So, as you can see, the first matchups are tonight or tomorrow, depending on what time in Japan. And then the losers, they could send somebody, right? So basically, here's a breakdown here. Sori Ano will take on the winner of Bozilla and Suzuki. Ami Sori and Momo, the winner of that match, will take on Suri. Tai Kamatani, will face the winner of Azumi and Hanan. And then you have Natsupoi taking on the winner of Rina and Bea Priestley. Bea Priestley was very popular this weekend because she beat Sai Kamatani. First person to beat her in over a year. And the Joshi stands were upset. They were upset. It's funny because Bea Priestley is a former red belt holder. But even back then, when she won the red belt in Japan, folks were hating on her then. You go look at the tweets back in 2019, they were shitting on her back then. So she'd never been a fan favorite in Japan. They've always criticized her presence and her in-ring in Japan. So yeah, they were not happy when they heard that Bea Priestley was the one of all people to take down Sai Kamatani in Stardom. But anyway, how this is gonna go? I foolishly thought Hanan was gonna win the whole entire thing. Yeah, that's not gonna happen. Clearly that's not gonna happen. No way in hell Saya loses twice back to back. That means no matter what, whether it's Azumi or Hanan, no matter what, the winner will lose to Saya Kamatani because Saya is not losing back-to-back wins or back-to-back matches. Not happening. So Saya beats probably Azumi. Then you have, I don't know what's happening here. Bea Priestley against Rina. Rina's been on fire. Maybe the MVP of the entire thing. You have Bea Priestley lose to her right away. I don't know why you book Brie to beat Saya and then lose the first round. That'd be kind of weird. So maybe she wins. That'd be annoying. Imagine if Bea Priestley beats Saya and Rina. Oh, the Joshi stands will have a fit. They burn down Twitter. I'm gonna say Brie wins though. That's gonna be bad. Brie against Natsupoi. I'll probably do Brie again because we already saw Saya beat Natsupoi earlier this year, not too long ago. So why do that match again? Boy, they'd be upset about that one. Okay, so you have Saya against Brie rematch. Saya wins. So Saya comes out of this bracket on this side. Brie will take on Suri's already beaten Momo. So we probably do Suri against Ami Sori, who beat Bozilla. Suri against Ami Sori, Suri wins. You have Bozilla against Soriano. I would do Bozilla advancing, but I can see Soriano as well. Doesn't matter because the winner will be Suri. Suri beats Bozilla or Soriano. The final will be Suri against Sai Kamatani, which is kind of crazy because it's probably the biggest match they can make right now in Japan. Right? You have the red belt holder against the IWGP champion. You have Wrestler of the Year last year against the person who people think might be Wrestler of the Year this year. It's the biggest match you can make. It's like Tony Storm against Mercedes in AEW. The biggest match is Sari against Saya Kamatani. I'm just surprised that Hanan. I was so wrong about that. I thought Hanan was going to get the push, but you're going to lose here. It's crazy. I think Sari will beat Saya in the finals. I want to say I agree with you. What would be the advantage? Because they're both champions. They're both singles champions. What would be the advantage of doubling up the red belt and the winner of the 5-star GP on Saya? But Saya just lost. You want her to lose again? Lost to Brie Priestley, of all people. Do you want her to lose in the finals again to Sari? That's a tough one. I do agree that's the match. Sari against Saya is probably the match. I haven't picked the winner yet. I have not picked the winner yet. Right. The one time I pick Hanan, she's going to lose. Because for some reason, Haru Okada thought it'd be a good idea to book Saya to lose to Brie Priestley, of all people. Brie Priestley, aka Blair Davenport, defeated Saya Kamatani. What do you mean by that? No matter what happens, that's the thing about this match, right? Sari against Saya, no matter what, they both retain their belts. No titles on the line. So even if Sari loses, she's still a champion. Even if Saya loses, she's still the champion. Who's going to be crowned? See, I don't love it. I just don't love it. I don't love it. I thought they were going to use the 5-star GP to elevate a new talent. That way, that talent can then challenge Saya down the road. Which is why I thought, okay, Hanan would win it. Hanan would then take on Saya. Because they're trying to elevate Hanan. Because why not? Because she's leading stars. She dropped the tag titles. But why not take the time to make a new star, elevate Hanan? She takes on Saya. Makes sense. But no. Looks like we're getting Sari against Saya Kamatani, which means no new star coming out of here. It is the biggest match. But, yeah. I don't know if it's the best idea. Don't know if it's the best idea. But anyway, Sri against Saya is the match to make, and I think it's going to happen. Sri could win, and then her/Saya could both put belts on the line at the end of the year. Well, if that happens, Sri will lose. And then I'll be happy because that means maybe Sri could pop up at the Royal Rumble. I'm joking. As much as I want that, it's not happening anytime soon. When's the next Sri? She does her own shows. When's the next Sri ISM? What's the next show she has planned? I don't know. I can't remember. She has a show planned anytime soon. But if she did drop the belt, did drop it, look out. But I doubt it. It's not happening. She's going to have a long reign. She's going to have a long reign. A long reign. I think as champ for that damn promotion. So, no. She's still a tag team champion as well with Takumi Roja. So, that's that. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It literally happens. Wait, let me see something real quick. Japan. When is this match actually happening? Let's go to Stardom. Stardom. Here we go. Start time. Wait, this is old. Take me to the actual, like, I want to see the actual Japanese Twitter account, not the English one. Here we go. That's better. Okay. When is the match actually taking place? $6:30 Wednesday. Japan time. Okay, so it's today for them. In about 10 hours. About 10 hours, the show starts. So for us, that'll be what, 5 a.m.? 5 a.m. tomorrow will be when the match starts. The show starts. Yep, 5:30 a.m. That will be the time. I'll be getting ready for work. So I doubt I'll be watching it. All right, folks, that's it for the stream. Enjoy NXT. Should be a good one. It's on location in Philadelphia. So it'll be good. It'll be a loaded card, a loaded show. Shit should go down, so enjoy it. Have fun. Later, folks.